Well, a relatively short stage, so therefore a bit of a sprint stage for Frenchman Jean-Louis Schlesser in his Schlesser buggy. Obviously altered the suspension a little. It seems to be kicking quite a bit from the rear, rather more than it did a couple of stages ago. The number 200 machine going well and victorious, but only by 24 seconds over Sousa. On board here with the Portuguese. However, he's got a French co-driver saying, watch out, we've got a rock on the right. And soon a bit of humour comes into things. Co-driver saying, I'll show you what we've got in our food bag today. What is it today, says Carlos? Well, we've got a bit of bread, we've got some energy bars, we've got a sausage, we've got a bit of a rubbish bag.
Et puis, compote, un petit peu de pâté. Ah, un petit morceau de fromage aussi.
A little bit of cheese.
Et
and even some peanuts
pour l'apéritif.
When we can have our aperitif later. Sousa coming through in the longer wheelbase Mitsubishi, second position. Just those 24 seconds back of Schlesser. But Schlesser was quick. Even in the first 50 kilometres, he was up by 10 seconds on the rest. Third today, the Frenchman Jean-Pierre Fontenay, recovered now after his steering rack went amiss yesterday. That lost him time. Fontenay only a minute and 12 back of Schlesser. Servia in the sister Schlesser buggy, the Spaniard 3 minutes and 21 seconds behind the winner. Servia fourth today. Servia then coming down onto the white sand plains into Tajit, passing Shinozuka. And over the edge they had to go to come down onto the low plain in Tajit. Spectacular scenery once more on the Dakar. Look at the difference. A bit lower down, not so much vegetation, and the sand really has changed colour. Hiroshi Mashioka, fifth today, giving away only 3.5 minutes. However, he continues to lead the rally overall by nearly 34 minutes. The Japanese driver in his Pajero doing a sterling job. However, you'd look at him on the road, you'd hardly tell he was slowing down at all, taking the camel grass and the vegetation with him. No time to enjoy the views though for his teammate Shinozuka, nor Mr. Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt was 6th, Shinozuka was 7th on the stage today. The Mitsubishi's trying to topple the Schlesser buggy on the stage, but not quite victorious. Shinozuka bumping his way through the slowest section of the entire stage at around the halfway point, with Ulsterman Fred Gallagher calling the notes. Tenth today was Stefan Orard with his Volkswagen buggy, but a few places ahead of him was Thierry Delavan. Therefore, Delavan the leading Mitsubishi today, however, giving away 14.5 minutes. Still a cooling problem with the Nissans. Orard, though, continuing with his turbo diesel injection buggy, and this is a true meaning of understeer. The sand oh so soft. Another rear-wheel drive machine, that of Bruno Sabi with his Ford buggy. And Gregoire de Mavius, 11th today. He suffered badly yesterday with 4 separate punctures. On board here with Etienne Milovici. It's always sandy on the road, and every morning I wake up to a new race, a new rally. Dakar is a long way away. And every time we arrive, every evening, we sometimes have some problems, but we've had to stop today with a gear linkage problem for 10 minutes. The results then, Schlesser back on form, however 24 seconds will not be enough to eke into the overall leader, Mashioka. That was the stage today, very short and very close. Mashioka though leading by as good as 34 minutes from Schlesser, Sousa, Kleinschmidt and Serbia. Schlesser here saying it was a short stage without any problems for us. We took Mashioka after about 80 kilometers and we followed him when he had a puncture. After the track was easy, losing his hat, but we had to take care with our navigation, which was not as evident on the last part of the stage. I don't know if we gained any time today, but that's what we're aiming to do all the way to the end of the rally, and therefore put maximum pressure on him. Carlos Sousa here saying a short stage, but not really easy. We followed the tracks of Schlesser and we were relatively slow. At the end of the stage, in the camel grass, we had to eat a lot of it, but the stage was slow, and that's a good thing after the last 2 days that we had. The monsters of the desert continued on. And right from the start, right out of the blocks, the Japanese quick against the Vicino, Caloi and Breton Hino. The Japanese squad versus the French squad, but of course in Japanese trucks, the Hinos. Leading overall though, Carol Laprace and Josef Kalina. Only 2 crew listed in this truck, even though there are 3 in the Tatra. The T4 class, a separate class for racing trucks, most of them well over 10 tons and well over 800 horsepower. A battle between the Hinos, the Mercedes, the MANs, the Renaults, and of course the Tatras and the Kamaz. Tomorrow a day back in business with the longer stage from Tajit to Neymar. Still in Mauritania, a stage of as good as 500 kilometers. That's over 300 miles in length. Still going further inland to Black Africa. The Dakar 2001 continues. It is not over yet.